fine. It's all right. That's fine. Easy. Yeah, starters will be all catch pass, so we'll move in. Okay, coaches, come on in. Come in real close. Don't keep me yelling. I've been yelling for ages. What I want to try and get through tonight as much as possible is we're just going to look at some key areas around catch pass attack, a little bit of defence, tackle and ruck work. So we'll get through those 3 or 4 key areas. But we're just going to look at some real small little technical things that we see in our travels everywhere, just common errors we see in kids. If we can fix these common errors, we'll get a lot better footy players playing the way we want to play. So what I'll try and do tonight in terms of a format, we'll go through a little bit of catch pass stuff, we'll go through some running line stuff, and then I'll talk about sort of interplay between forwards and backs. We'll do a little bit of that and we'll drill that. And then we'll progress into some contact work after that. So any question you got along the way, again, please ask me. So from a talent ID coaching pathway point of view, that's me. I've got Wits who's side saddling me this week, professional hooker, both in Super Rugby and overseas. So any other technical questions you've got as well, please make sure you ask him as we're ticking along. All right? So to start with, all I want to do, ball here, just between the 2 yellow markers, 5 up flat on the line. Who are the 5 carrying? Show me a hand. Yep, who's carrying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Before you get to the end, you've got to get it to the edge and back before you finish. Do you understand? It's your only instruction. Catch and pass. Ready? Let's go. Good, rejoin some of you, you need 5 up, we're 1 short. Pretty good, we need 5 up. Okay, hold on that edge. At any point in time, I can call stretch. Now, if I call stretch, you've got to stretch out 1. All right, so in this case, it's white to white. So stretch now, white to white. The 5 who are up on the line, who are my 5? 5 up, hand up, same activity, let's go. Same again, edge to edge, edge to edge. Good chat, mate. Edge to edge. Real simple instruction. Let's go, keep going. Just have a real close look at their techniques here. I'm not going to say anything to them yet. We want to try and pick up these common errors, make sure they're doing them. Okay, hold it up there. Footy here into me, please. So a couple of things from coaches and from players. Can I get 1 more bloke up here? Please make sure we've got 5. We're going to stay at white for now. A couple of things which we've got to look at to make sure we've got absolute clarity on. For starters, our ball carrier, so that's our first carrier, he's the one that creates intent for our entire attack. Okay, so if he shows me no intent coming forward, so ball here, what we see quite often is players getting out off the line half-paced or trying to look to do these ones as quick as possible. They're not showing intent or threat to a defender that has not committed to them yet. Okay, so one big thing we're looking for here is that ball carrier isn't looking to pass at all. He's carrying in 2 hands out in front, and his first 3 steps off the line are going to be square and hard as possible. All right, because if I'm defending in this channel here, I'm leaving you inside. Take those first 3 really hard this time. Freeze there. Go again. Now, I don't know you for a bar of soap, but I reckon you can take 3 steps quicker than that. Right? You're running from the cops this time. Quick as you can, 3 steps. Okay, done, done. Back we go. Intent is everything. All it does is just get to this point up here where you've taken your first three. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, he's taken his hard three. I'm still nowhere near the contact zone yet, but 3 hard steps of intent just gives me this. Just gives me a hip turn I'm looking for in D to allow everything else to outplay. Okay, so that's the first and foremost thing. Ball carriers must carry with intent the first player. Okay, the second one is, and without me even saying it, they've done it. What's a common error we're seeing here between these two already? What's their connection like at the moment? Quite near and quite flat. Okay, so if I decide to jam in here, what pressure has this player put on the ball carrier, the passer? What pressure he's put him under? It's really hard for him to execute the pass. Why? He's got flat or forward. Flat or forward is his only option here. So if the player's right here, chest to take another half step. If he's right here, chest to chest, it's flat or forward. We hit back here, we're on the back foot, we lose gain line. So we don't really have an option. We've got one pass only option. So what we can do at the moment, this is what a lot of our players do, we all leave at the same time. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. But what we will start seeing, take 2 steps back, take another step back, freeze there. If I start asking my wingers now to finish at full pace, all of your teams will do this. Why will they do that? Before they've even started running or catching the ball, why will they do this? What are they trying to create? They're trying to create speed by creating what from the start? Depth. They're trying to create depth before they even run onto the footy. All right, the problem we have here though, the deeper you are from your starting position, the less pressure you put on the defence and the defender. Okay? Flat attack done at speed is what kills defenders. We run out of time to make really quick decisions. So, how do we create depth without changing our alignment from the start? How do we create depth? Good, and then? No, keep going on the same train of thought. Yep. What about 2 to 3? Perfect. Everyone start flat on the line for me, on the white line. So all we're doing as coaches here, we turn into air traffic controllers. Right, there's our tarmac. Plane 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't get off the tarmac until this one's got his wings up in the air. Does that make sense? So until he gets those first 3 hard ones out, no one is allowed to leave the line. Real simple. So just by doing that, we should be able to get our last player running onto the ball full pelt, and we should have it all happen before they get to me. If we just do first 3 and you don't go until he's taken his first 3. Same with you, to him, you to him, you to him. We good? Let's see how we go. Test that just for now. Ready? What are you doing? Start on the line. Hard on the line. Ready? Go! Good. Okay. We started building, you would have seen that by the time we got halfway along the line, again, first time some of them might have done it, we started adding speed to the ball in those last 3 carries. All right, and that's how we actually close off an edge when we catch a defender in the middle of a line. That's how we close off and play in backfield quicker, is when we get those attackers 2 and 3, really timing their departure times later, and making sure we get our catch-pass connection right. Can I have those 5 back this end, please? Any 5? Keep the ball down this end this time. Good, you can start from whatever edge you like. Okay, all I want this time, listening up, 2 things. We've spoken about your departure time. Yep, you need to get that right. You need to get that right for me. The second thing I want to look for now is all of those ball runners, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the inside. I want you standing with your inside hand, that's the ball where the ball's coming from, your inside hand, palm up, out here with me. Your other hand, opposite, just here ready to catch on. We ready? Inside hand up, palm up, facing the ball. When the ball's coming to you, palm of the hand going at the ball, we catch on the secondary here. We good? Okay, just see how we go. You're going to try and get edge to edge again. No other feedback, just make sure. 3 off, 3 off, 3 off, 3 off. Inside hand up, catch early. Right up, we ready? Let's go. Done, next group, let's go. Nice, keep working. Chest, balls hit bodies, everything else. That'll take care of that. All right, getting a nice early catch on the inside hand. Ball here for a sec. I'll just give it to any coach to pass it into me in a sec. So the only thing I want you to think of with that inside hand catch when I'm getting across the line, I said you must have palm up. All right, not just hand up or hands out here. The big issue at the moment, if we're going across the line, just put the ball out in front of me, is a lot of our players will, even if they don't catch it on their chest, they'll catch out in front of themselves here. I can't pass from this position, right? So if I wait till the ball comes to me, it gives the defence more time to jam up, and it also, I can't get rid of the ball from this position I'm in now. I must at least get my top hand on the footy over the ball to get rid of it. Does that make sense? Even if I'm not going to fiddle around with the ball and I don't want to do anything, in order to get rid of it from the position I'm in, I need to get top hand over the ball. What a palm up does is when I'm reaching for that ball, I catch with my hand on top of it already. So as I start coming down across my body, whether it's a cross body or whether it's landing across, doesn't matter. My hand's already there for the transfer. So all it does is increase our efficiency to get the ball across the line. So instead of, if I catch any other way, hands down here, right, for instance, I then from this position have to alter to get rid of. So even if you're trying to get through really quick, no torpedoes, no nothing, but just quick hands, a catch under, I still have to get on top of the ball to get rid of it. So that's all we're trying to do here, is keep our targets up in front of chest, and we're trying to get palm up on the catch high to release down quick on our pass. We good on that? So the exact same thing this time. Let's just make sure we're focusing on that inside hand. Try and really challenge yourself to take off late. All right, I don't want to see you getting off even anywhere near that first guy. Let him take his first 3, then get going. He can reach back a little bit with his pass, that's fine. All right? Ready? Go. Come on, full speed, full speed. Challenge yourselves now. Out in front. Nice. Good, good, good. Out in front, out in front. Full speed, full speed. I don't care if they drop it like that, all right? You never bark at them for that, that's fine. Anytime they're reaching with that inside palm up, we don't care if they drop it. The minute it hits a chest, hits a body, they catch in front, that's when I'll say something. Finish it off. All right, stretch out to blue, longer passing now. Now the other one here, which we should start be thinking about, is now that we're timing our get-offs and we get a natural alignment and we've built depth in our attack, not from moving our feet, but by holding our feet and timing our get-off, we've built alignment and we've built depth in our attack. I want us to think about now, as we get quicker and quicker and we're timing all of this right on the finish, I just want us to have a look at the player's finishing position. Keep watching. Just watch how they carry the footy. Good, keep loading through. Finish off, come on, get it back. Okay, move into yellow, move into yellow. So all we want to do in a simple, keep going, you have to wait for me. All we want to do now, even with a simple drill like this, is don't try and, once we've gone through the concept we're looking for, don't try and overcoach the drill too much. Let them do heaps and heaps of reps. Just by me frantically putting them in and out is going to put them under stress. All right? So there you're going to see errors start to slip in. You'll see which players are naturally, so let's have a look even here on their departure times. Which players naturally just go back to old habits, which ones do we need to put more time into. All right, stretch, blue, stretch, stretch. Play as soon as you can. Have a look, have a look, have a look. Who's getting off the line? When are they getting off? Is that outside hand up? Again, so we'll see all sorts of different things here. We'll see lots of players passing. You know, let's talk about passing accuracy. A lot of players' passes here are still going hands to ground. All right? But again, don't get caught up in these activities and trying to coach every single part of the catch and pass. All we're looking at here is inside palms on the catch, take off time. That's it. So I shouldn't be giving feedback on anything else. And as long as I'm seeing that from each player, that's all I'm looking for. Any questions on that before we push on? Happy with that? Just real simple to, hold it there boys, that'll do, hold it there. Real simple little activity there, but just focusing on building depth in attack without pre-organising it. And also just on our catch and how that affects our pass moving. Okay, what I want to do now, come in closer for me please. I just want, now we'll just go between, see the yellows here. Can I get 3 on the yellow, 3 on the yellow, 3 on the yellow, 3 on the yellow, 1 in the middle. All facing up. Yeah, you're facing down this way. On the line. Good. On the line. 1 in the middle. Join a line. Join a line. Join one of the yellow lines. Yep, join a yellow line. Yep, we're good. Okay, we've only got... can I have one more defender, if that's all right? So you can double up. My defenders, I want you, you're in the middle of the grid, but I want you to line up on the yellow cone, in line with the yellow. Okay, all we're looking at here to start with, we're going to talk about a good unders and overs line. So we all run little unders, overs, start going into blockers, sliders, everything else, all right? I just want to look at how we run a really good quality line, where we're trying to target in terms of space and what we're trying to achieve post running that line from an attacking perspective, all right? So we have 2 defenders here. We're going to run a line. What do you think our feedback's going to be for our ball carrier? Should mirror what we've already done. Carry, and here, like whenever we're in close quarters, I'd say carry with try scoring intent. Okay, so you're carrying as if you're going to run over this bloke and score a try. Defence will come at you a little bit, all right? Your departure time doesn't have to be the exact same time. It can be a little bit later, same as always. But we'll talk about your line. So let him get off first. First 3, then you go. Okay, freeze. What's he done good so far for running a really good unders line? Delayed and... yeah, he's got to sit this guy down. He can't let this guy get away from him yet, all right? He's got to sit this player down in his channel. So the only way you do that, again, your first 3 need to mirror his first 3. You come out really hard and square, all right, for those first 2 or 3 steps. When it's time to change angle, so the defender's moving up on you, we're in this position, you're another step up. When it's time to change angle, all right, your angle needs to be as deadly as possible. All right, so when we're talking about changing line on an angles, on an unders line, You've got a line right across the space here. We're doing quite a big demo so we can see it. There's a line right across the middle of the space. 9 times out of 10, when this player here runs an unders line, start running unders line now towards me. Come, 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 freeze. This is as far as they get to, right? Which is pretty much halfway across the space, and they'll almost be squaring up by the time they get to that point again. What is the issue about staying halfway in the space here on an unders line? What's the problem? Good. You actually allow this player here to get back into play, because anything within 1.5 meters, right, of a defender, you're still in their channel to defend. You're still in their channel, they can still defend you. So the important one here is we've got to work out when we run an unders line, the ball carrier has actually already taken someone out of the game. Who's he taken out of the game? This player here. So this first defender is going hips square, if not hips in, ready to defend and tackle this bloke. As soon as we get that, this is what we call like a seam in defence in here. So even if this guy turns in now, turns in, freeze there, you'll see we've got hips turned, and the defender almost shows you with his line of his chest where this seam is and hole in the defensive line. So when you cut across the space now, you don't just run square and play in backfield here. Your target, when you catch the ball, is to get into this space here. What space am I talking about now? In behind who? In behind the player who we've sat down. That's the space we're trying to get to, because we get inside support who'll be able to come through and play. Outside support then, we don't want them all biting in on a good unders line, all right? Because ideally, we run a good unders line, defenders bite in a little bit, chasing. When we hit a ruck or we finish, what should happen next time? We should get the numbers still, all right? So we don't want everybody in attack biting in on a good unders line. So we want our unders runners coming right in across the space, cutting the heels. One that the Kiwis use all the time, we can steal something from them every now and then, is they say try and cut the heels of this defender. Okay, so this defender you've sat down, you want to get across the space and try and play in behind his heels. That gives us the open air we want to play in and look for inside support, midfield support. And it leaves our wide attack still there, should we need it. Okay, so what we're going to look at here, defenders are going to defend normally. You've just got to start on the yellow cone, right? Every time. The attackers, if the defender drifts off, you score. Go every time. If your player starts cramming in on you and you've got to step a bit earlier, you may have to do that, all right? But try and keep the defender there as much as you can. We'll talk about a problem solving that in a sec. Okay, when we're ready, let's go, play through. Next up, come on, 2 up, hands up, ball ready. Cut right across the space. Well, try and work out here, coaches, have a look. Try and see what we're missing. Good. Let's go, next up, 2 defenders, stay there. Next up, defenders, get back, get back, get back. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Next one up. Good line. There we go. Let's go. Wait till he gets back. What didn't the ball runner do there? Commit right through. Ball wide. Let's go. 2 more. 2 more efforts here. Good. Done there, done there. Relax. Give me 2 more defenders. 2 new ones. Starting on the yellow markers every time. Let them get to the yellow before we play. All right, let's go. Have a look at that line, the green bib ran. You've got to be able to give feedback on that. Let's go. Reload. Reload. Pick the error every time. Good. Keep going. 2 more. Good line. Wait. He's in front of you, mate. 2 defenders. Play. Finish the line off every time. Finish it off. All right, good job. Relax there. We have 2 more defenders come in the middle. So tell me, again, because all of our players, we get them at rep footy, they say I can run an unders and overs line. All right, how many accurate lines do we see then? Yeah, not many at all. Right, so in terms of a taught skill, I've left this grid quite big and wide for a demo. You tighten it right up as you're doing it. Like I'd have 2 defenders, even probably probably a tad more apart, making sure that when they still cut that line, they're sitting that guy down and they're getting right across in the heels, in that place there. Timing of the line, actual running of the line. So again, there's speed in which they change direction. So what we'll give one bit of detail here, see if it makes a difference. So what I want to see this time, 2 things. My support runner here, when you come square with intent, when it's time for you to change direction, so you change like that, you've got to go from 70 kilometres an hour to 120 kilometres an hour across that line. Do we understand that change of pace? Yeah. 70 to 120. That's the change of pace I need to see. Okay. All right, so you know that with your pass, okay? The second one here, again, we'll do a bit of problem solving while we're at it. Make sure we don't miss an opportunity. One thing we start seeing at the moment, our ball carrier's coming up. Where was our mate? Here, he was defending quite well. What was this defender doing when he was here? What was he doing? Did we notice? He was looking at him and he started coming into which space? Good, so come forward, come forward. He actually started coming up into this space here and getting eyes on this player and shutting off what would be an unders line. So this is what happens when we run these prescribed plays all the time. Same thing. If the opposition knows an underline's coming, that's the easiest way to shut it down. Jam up a defender and suddenly you can't run your line. All right, so as a decision maker, we've got to make one change of play here, one change of play. We set up for an unders line. If we have a jammer come like this, where is that seam now? In here, in here. So as a ball carrier, he's going to try and get into this space as quick as possible. He's already held the player where he wanted him. He'll turn into this space and look to play through and sit down. Now we can practice that skill. This is a one-off decision making. We've set up an unders line and this bail out here, say we call it a cancel, right? That can come from the outside is what we're looking at because he's looking at the defender straight in front of him, which should be pretty simple, all right? So let's look to run really good square and unders lines. If you want to try the cancel option, if you see this happen, a defender jam, let's see how we go with that. So you 2 new defenders? Yep, okay, good, stay where you are. So defenders, again, you can defend how you want. Defend passive every now and then. Send a defender flying up to try and put more pressure on. See how we deal with it as an attack. Okay, we ready? Let's play. Play through, done. Defenders, reset, reset. Finish your line, 70 to 100, come on. Go! Good, you need to take off onto that ball, really take off. Go, 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 go. Who saw a change of pace? No, that's what we need. Go! You've really got to attack that space. You do not stop 13 when you're going. There we are. Hey, you were there. Change of pace was good. Catch and pass error let us down. Oh, don't creep your space too early. Keep him out there. Ah, good pickup, good. Keep him out there. Keep him out there. Let's go. Oh, it was there. You kept him there. You got to change. Relax there for 1 minute. Come together up there, all as a group. So, again, we see plenty of errors there as we're watching. A lot of them on catch-pass execution. The lines start getting better and better the more we focus on that change of pace, change of direction and target area we're getting for. But again, the type of pass required, the actual catch execution once we are running at full pace onto the ball. A lot of our players look comfortable at training, we think they're good at catch and pass, but they play one pace and they train one pace. All right, so if we're actually going to convert a lot of these opportunities, it is that change of pace and being able to execute the skill at pace that we need to keep trying to replicate. And again, don't be worried, like you run that activity and you see 20, 30 errors, it's not a big drama. We're not even looking at their catch and pass skill there. The big thing we're looking at, the timing of the running line and where they're finishing in space. So just stay confident in what you're coaching in that zone. Don't pay too much attention to the drop ball and go home and kick the dog. Just make sure you're focusing on those key areas every time. All good? Okay, we're going to work on one now. What I want here is, can I get 3 defenders in between these 2 cones here? Good. 3 attackers on the other side of them, my side of them. So spread out, blue to yellow, defenders. That's a blue one, mate. Good. 1, 2, 3. Stand right up, chest to chest with those guys. Ball here. Ball's going to come in from a 9. I need a half back. Okay, we'll swap out with someone else. You're going to pass from here. Okay, you're going to hit our inside, our middle man. Our middle man here is going to be our lead carrier in our pod. All right, now when you're doing this drill, most of us run with pod shapes these days with 2 or 3. You can run the same activity with whatever numbers you have, with whatever shape you have. So what I mean by that, this is a reload into attack in drill. So the drill starts when these guys push the chests of these guys here. So you guys, all 3 of you, push off and reload back to me in a shape ready to attack. Freeze, freeze, freeze. Don't you guys get offside. Thank you. You've got to stay on side. Now, naturally, what shape have they fallen into as a pod? Triangle, a V. We've got a lead carrier with an inside-outside support. Sometimes we have a double tip option. Sometimes we have an inside clean always, outside tip only option, whatever. All right, you can play around with that. Play whatever good shapes you like. Another good shape, you come up hard here. Good, freeze there. And you come up level with him. More. Okay, so what's difficult about this shape, for instance? No, so they're all an option to 9. All 3 players are an option to 9. They're all presenting at the line. All right, so this is really hard for the D now to try and read. So again, think about your shapes. Don't always just, yeah, I've seen the arrowhead on TV, we'll go with that. Think about how you want to play around with your 3 players and what pictures you want to show the defence. Always. Let's go back to arrowhead because that's what we're used to at the moment. Now what I want us to think about here, again, we talk about common problems we see all the time, is our ball carriers, our lead runners here. They get their hand up to carry, and when it's time for me to carry, I'm running straight here. I'm going body on body. I'm going middle man in the 3 defenders, and this is going to create a contest that we don't know who's going to win. All right, if I'm taking on the defender could beat me. Could beat me every time. Okay? Also, how do we know whether we're going inside, outside support, joining the ruck? We don't. If the defender dominates me over this area, our inside clean always mightn't apply very well. Okay, because we might have to save a ruck from an outside threat here. So what we want to try and do here, we're looking to try and create a dominant carry every single time from a lead runner. Now all of our lead carriers in pod shapes, in rugby, all around the world are running overs lines. Why are they running overs lines in a pod shape? What's it allow us to do? Sorry? Yeah, okay, so we're looking for a soft shoulder and ad line, that's one thing. But I could do that on the inside as well, why potentially don't I want to go inside on a pod carry? Why wouldn't I want to do that? Correct? And what have I actually achieved for our attack? Good. We haven't changed our point of attack at all. Right? We haven't changed our point of attack because, again, the 2 metre rule, I'm within 2 metres. We haven't changed our point of attack at all in general play. So what an overs line allows us to do is if I run a really good overs line and I get good clean ball placement, we can, if we do get it, play really quick around the corner. So we've got the opportunity to play same way and burn a team around the corner, or like we always have the opportunity, we could play back, which is fine. But you can play back off anything. You can't play same way if you're running it inside lines. Do you understand that? So the key to a really good carry for you right now, I don't want you to run body on body anymore. So what I want to make sure is that once you've pushed off, watch me now because you guys are going to replicate this in a sec. Once you've pushed off here and you're that middle man, I want you to do one thing for me. Just when you're about back far enough to carry, I want you to take a big step on the inside and then put your hand up when you're ready to carry. Right? One big step on the inside of the player and put your hand up when you're ready to carry. I'll explain why. Ball back here. If I'm carrying man on, 9 times out of the 10, a defender is going to try and put me on which shoulder here? Right. Yep, out. So they're going to try and drive me towards the sideline or same way. So which defender here is engaged right from the get-go? As soon as I carry, I'm carrying to your outside shoulder here, right from the get-go. This player's already walking towards me. They're engaged and he thinks I'm part of his problem at the moment. However, on my reload, if I reload to here into this position now and I'm ready to catch, he's not thinking about me. Guarantee you that. The player, which is really controlling a lot of the space which I'm trying to get to, is not targeting me as a ball carrier no longer. So what we're trying to do here in terms of changing the point of attack right before we run our overs line, I'm trying to get to an inside shoulder. So make sure by the time I'm catching the footy, I'm catching inside shoulder and then I start running my overs line. I've only got to catch square. Right, defenders are coming up really hot these days, so don't think you've got to catch and carry square and try really late tricky stuff. It's just a matter of when I reload to inside shoulder, hand up, I catch square, you've come forward at me now, stay there, and I'm starting my footwork on the out. I'm looking to get past his knee to get a soft shoulder carry into this space. Okay, and that's going to get me gain line. It's going to allow me to potentially play around the corner. Okay, to start with, I'm not going to change anything. If you're at the back there, come down here. We're going to have the same 3 defenders, same 3 attackers. You don't have to go back as deep as you go in there. You've only got to go back as far as me. But if you're that middle guy, make sure you get back, you get in, you catch square, you carry out, and you finish on the ground back here. You tackle them. We cool? Keep your spacing here. How do you start the drill? I told you how to start it. Good adjustment. Freeze, freeze, freeze. Tell me, what's the white line indicating for us in this drill? Gain line, right? Didn't get a great catch, didn't get a great head of steam up. His catch point was near perfect. He just made a really late adjustment before he got that hand up. We got gain line. We got gain line to play and to play around the corner, round the corner, round the corner. Okay, one thing this player's done really well, and again, if I play through for the next 3 minutes, every other player will make the common error here. What's one thing the player on the ground's done really well from a ball placement point of view? Yeah, long shape's good. What else? Talk to me about what side of the feet he's put it on. Good. So if the ball's come from this direction, we've placed the ball when we're falling to ground inside the feet or outside the feet. Where have we placed it? Outside. Why is outside so good? It opens up exactly what we're trying to achieve, that around the corner play. So what a lot of our players will do, flip over for me here. Put the ball to good, put your ball to your feet, get that guy's feet out the way. Mate, you're not cleaning out there, go where you're cleaning out. Okay, freeze there. So if I'm a 9 coming in here, even a really good 9 who gets chest and hands over the ball to play quick, when I come to this zone here, I've still got drag over legs and feet before I can get out and play. All right? Whereas if we flip back over, I come back in on that same angle as a 9, I can set myself on back behind the feet and we play clear ball straight around that corner, which is what we're trying to achieve, right? Outside shoulder carry, good overs line, place the ball away from where the ball came from, let us play quick around the corner. So we'll replicate that now. Good habits. So I need 4 attackers up. Don't all come forward at once. 1, 2 and 3 and 1 extra. Who am I 3? Good. So you're going to play the second phase off the 9. Okay, so you're still going to reload. You're going to catch inside that white cone. But 9, I want you to play as quick as you can. Ball placer, there's going to be pressure on you where you put the ball. Just make sure for me here, be really good on your line. Come back, get inside shoulder, carry out, hard out, okay? When you're ready. Good, 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 good. Play quick. What do we see? Again, like I promise you, no matter where you around the same thing, over and over and over again. All right, but again, that's why we rep. Who's up? Who's up? Defenders, keep on the spread here. Defenders, blue to yellow. Blue to yellow. Good. Good. Fine, that's done. Let's go. Next effort. He's not sure yet, so take another half step in. Good, you're about to go for the ball. Come forward, freeze. What do I need from these 2 players that's vitally important for what happens next? A clean out and what else? Nope. What do I need to have done with these 2 players here? What was that last one? Okay, good. A good little frame, you can steal it, use it, whatever. I use the word capture all the time, like taking a picture, capturing someone and taking them out of the game. So it's really important here when these 2 come into clean, that if the first man takes the guy going at the ball, he takes him and puts him to ground, without the footy, of course. Thanks for ruining my demo, that's all right. You owe me one. What's going on? You're all too nice to each other, guys. Keep him on the ground. Good. Okay, now you come in to clean second. You're trying to clean, get rid of the guy. Now freeze there. Let's just say you can't get him to ground there. All right, there's no issue in not getting him to ground there, but what don't you want to do here? You don't just want to let him go and defend back in the line. So even if, as you're letting him go, I'm locked up with the player here. As I'm letting him go back into the line, I'm letting him go, sir, I'm letting him go, sir, I'm letting him, whatever. Right, there's all sorts of ways to keep a hang on a jersey and just make sure it takes less and less time for him to be able to get back and reload. So, you 2 in defence can now go at the ball. If you win it, it's yours. So you can contest. You guys cleaning out, if there's a threat there, capture it. Capture it and make sure it's not there for our next phase. We good? Okay, let's go. Let's have a look at it. 6588. Good line. Gain line. Oh, capture. Good, 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 good. Why did he still have to get out? Because that will happen. Even though we got gain line, we got messy ball. Why did we get messy ball? We had a live contest now. And yeah, ball pace, I didn't even see that. It was the wrong side. Okay, so that helps as well. So make sure, good ball placement. The line is good, but the ball pace has to be on the out. Okay, we ready? Go. Fine, fine, fine. Good job. All right, I'll tell you what, if that kid makes a tackle and gets out to 20 in the game, tick, I'm happy with that. Probably won't happen, but he made it look good. Any questions before we go on? So this same activity here, it's working on an overs line, but it's also working on the ball placement to play next. It's working on the clean out and the capture of the players and how that affects the next phase. And you can easily turn this into a little ruck D drill as well. So as I try and say, instead of trying to set up 50 or 60 different cones, take these cones away, just have one marker that's the width you're playing from. That's a field marker, you know what I mean? And then all we're looking to do is play that live phase out. And again, the more we replicate a game, the better, what actually happens in the game. And you could run this same activity for 6, 7, 8 weeks, a single focus every time you run it. All right, so the very first time I introduced this to them, it's just about bouncing out, reloading in, running an overs line out. That's it. Their ball place is going to be shit. Their clean out's going to be shit. Their next phase is going to be shit. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You just think straight away, great, I've got 5 more weeks in the bank. Right? Don't panic about that. It just means that's 5 more weeks. I don't have to come up with another shitty drill. We've got something good here to work off and work. That's it. Any questions on that before we push on? Yeah, and depending on what you do as a team too. Like more often than not, what you'll see a lot of junior teams do is they'll fix this guy's role. So very rarely are you ever going to be an attacking option. So even though you're inside, you're always 9 times out of 10 going to be an inside clean. Which means even if, let's just say, come in here for a sec, let's go tackle down, just replicate a tackle. Even though I'm inside clean, get him to ground. Good, even though I'm inside clean, you're not in, let's say you're in, you're still my responsibility. So even though you're an outside player coming in, if I'm inside clean rule, I keep that rule every time, because what that does is if I get rid of this player now, what's it left me? Yeah, it's left me another attacker on the short side where we're looking to play. I don't want to soak a number for no reason, because rarely ever are you going to see that inside supporter. They're always going to come into where the ruck ends up. They'll engage or they won't engage. They're wasted whether they do something or they don't. So you may as well give them a primary clean roll for a 9 time out of 10 option. They're still always hands clear for a pop or a offload or anything on that inside line. But primary clean, outside players the tip option more often than not. Would be my answer to that. Any more questions there? No? Okay, good. One thing I want to do now is, can I just put the 9 back where he was? Good. Can I get, I want 3 players here on their knees, 3 players there on their knees, quick. 3 on their knees. Hey, on your knees, yep. 3 on the knees, 3 on the knees. Guys are backs who are at a ruck, right? Backs who are at a ruck. So it's important to try and give context to what we're trying to do here. So backs at a ruck, I need a half back. In behind, good. I need, how many we got left? 6, good. Give me 3 defenders on the line here. pretty much from, imagine that's the ruck, so spread yourselves out, the three of you. So from the ruck out, ruck, 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 ruck out. You guys are going to go over there 10 metres, go. And freeze, done. So what's going to happen here is we're going to play middle and edge, forwards and backs, forwards hitting in middle of the field, backs, we haven't made it all the way to the edge, but we reload and we play short side. So every single team at the moment is playing some form of 1-3-3-1. All right, so this is a perfect drill for players understanding the difference between playing in and back, so they made it all the way to the edge, reloading back and trying to play quick. All right, now as soon as we call play, these three are going to come over. They're going to form a pod shape, so do that for me. You guys are starting on your knees. They're going to form a pod shape for me, so form that pod shape. Thank you, just make it nice and clear. Now, as soon as they put a hand up to carry, they're in position. You guys can jump to your feet, ready to defend. 9 is going to clear the ball. What should I be seeing from my pod should have carried over? Inside shoulder carry to run a what line? Overs line. Okay, good. So let's replicate that. Walk through it. Inside carry, overs line. What am I looking for defend, clean out to do here? Freeze, freeze. As he lets go of the ball, you guys reload. So 3 back here in attack, you 3 push in on defence. So you've got to defend the ruck out, the same as you would have to here, right? Now hang on, you 3, I'm only guessing here, but you're not all backs. Nah? Okay, I'll give you a bit of learning on the fly here. You've got that sideline to use, and you've got all the way to the ruck there to use. So don't stand on top of each other here, use some width. So make sure you can try and stretch the defence. Hold there, hold there, hold there, hold there. You're not going to be able to defend like that. Why are you not going to be able to defend like that? What could have 9 done to you then? Could have made you look silly because there's no one defending in tight, right? So yes, you've got 3 defenders, you've got a sideline, you should be able to solve this. Don't panic and stretch. Stay compressed, come up, push out, use the sideline. All right? You guys need to use your width really well, use your departure time really well, trust your hands. You should be able to get it. Okay? Let's see how we go. Backs back in, 3 on 3. Forwards are going to work in. I want to see a carry. Those on the clean out, give me a capture if you can. Right, because again, we start thinking here, if we capture both players at the ruck, what does this defence have to give me? Have to. What has to be next to the ruck? A pillar, a 10. They have to surrender me a 10. And that gives me the space I need. All right, so we want them to have to give me a 10. If they don't, and that kid can sit out because one of their players is still on their feet, it's really hard to attack back the short side. So accuracy on our clean out. See if we can get the numbers back on our reload. Okay, work in. On your feet. Carry out, carry out, carry out. Clean. Freeze, 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 freeze. You even set up like a forward pod, the 3 of you, right? A back line. You're flat. You spread out. First plane goes, second plane goes, third plane goes. Back to the very start. We got it? Go again. So you 3 here, as soon as that ball's passed, get on your bike. Get back here with me. Get nice and flat, stretch and use the whole space. Ready? Play. Here they come. Carry out, carry out. Good. Slow to reload, flat, flat, flat. Oh, there we go. No one there. I'm happy with that. Right, you need them to play live there. If we capture everyone and there's a spare forward out, we can play around the corner. Let them play that. Right? Because what lesson's that going to teach us? Let's just say that the defenders try to get smart and they all start pushing back inside here and we've got a forward or 2 left out. What's that going to teach us if we hit those forwards? But in a 3-3-1, not only do we play in, out, if the defence think they've got us covered and they overcommit, we've got extra forwards, use them. Then use the next forward pod. Then we go same way, and we burn them. Right? So without teaching them shape, they're standing in 3-3-3, whatever shit numbers. They're standing in their numbers, right? Forwards in, backs out, forwards in, backs out. When we catch numbers, we play. Be it on a short side or be it around the corner. Okay, when you're ready, you guys, my back's here, you've got to show me some urgency. I really want to see you jump up here, firing back. Forwards, get into that shape early. Do not pass till you see a hand up. Okay, let's go. Carry out, good. Whoa, whoa. Okay, freeze there. What did we see on our short side that we need to work on in attack? What was our 9-10 pass connection like? Not good enough, long and loopy, right? So my halfback, I've got to see, where's that short, sharp pass coming from? Is it 5 metres? If I've got to be 5-6 metres away, that's fine. Be here flat, catch and distribute square. Then we take off. Yep, but you guys need to flatten up and you need to take off later. Okay, let's go again. One more chance. Can I'm going to do this. Can you three swap over? You know what you're doing? Yep. Ready? Good, well defended, that's fine. Go again, last one. Let's try and get good quick ball out of that ruck. Oh. What are our backs trying to do on the edge here? Complicate the uncomplicated. Really simple how we burn this edge. All right, come in. And the other thing we would have seen from behind is more and more we kept having the same person run that line. That inside shoulder running out was getting more and more straight. Right? And you just got to keep reminding the kids, the more and more straight line runs we do, you're in the channel. If I've got a wingspan and your running line is still in it, I can hit you. That's what we've got to think. Just with a really late throw of the foot, I'm in there. So any time we're running that line, I'm inside, in your wingspan, throw your wingspan out for me. I'm inside, catch on the wingspan. I'm getting the outside wingspan on my carry for a soft shoulder. Okay. Any questions on that? We good? I want to do one thing on ruck D, and then we'll push over to this little contacting to finish. We good? Okay. Can I have over here, please? I just want set some players up at the ruck, either side of the ruck, 3 in on both sides. 3 in on both sides. Some on their knees. Let's go. 3 on their knees. We've got a 3-on-3 ruck, and we're going to defend. So what I want is give me 4 defenders on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then give me set out like you're a lead carrier in a pod. Okay, good. Give me someone out the back of him. No, 9, you stay there. 9, you play. So you stay right directly behind him. Okay? So what we're going to look at here is we're going to talk about our ruck D roles, what it looks like, what we're trying to defend, and what our spacing should look like if we're playing full field version of the game. All right? Now the very first thing, you guys set your own 10, 20, 30, 50. You set it. Have a look. Let's see how they go. Okay, couple of things I'd comment on here. More often than not, our feedback to our 10 is what? So coaches, come in really close here, real close. Our feedback to our 10 is what role do we give our 10 to do and where do we ask them to stand? Tell me. Yep. Right next to the ruck, and he doesn't move till he goes. Yep, okay. Now, one issue that I want you to think of with us having this guy locked in at the ruck. There's one issue, and that is set yourselves up to defend. Okay, 9's here. 9's ready to play. What I want you to do at the moment is just skip out one step for me. One step, skip, freeze. Okay, what are you thinking right now? Tell me what's in your head. You think he's your problem, correct? Okay, this is what happens naturally in the game every time. Every single time. We have a 20 defender who watches the 9 skip and they get spooked automatically. They get spooked. Got an inside defend, although that's fine. He can follow and carry out. But what I want us to try and challenge on is what our negative defenders are actually doing and what we can do with these defenders. All right, at the moment, if we're locked in here, yes, you're supplying this player, and we said here he skips out. So if the player does skip out, what are we telling this guy to do? Yep. Good, so right now he has no choice but to stay in his channel, all right? One thing I want us to think of at the moment is, let's look at it one more different way. Instead of telling him to do that, I want you to be a metre off the ruck. Good. Only a metre, 1 metre, and a metre back. A metre off and a metre back, so you shouldn't be able to touch it. Now, what are the differences between being a metre standing off the ruck here where I am? He has to skip further, absolutely. Correct. I've got this space here, right? Now what you could say, we're talking about that wingspan before. If this is my channel, wingspan, I'm defending in the top right of it. I am never going to open up my shoulders here, right? So defending where I am here, I'm at the extremity of my thing. I'm outside foot, outside shoulder up. I'm cutting off a skip line more than anything else. Now, if you decide to come all the way to me and throw a little cheeky Gregan ball in, that's the only play you can play from here now to expose my inside. By the time you come out to me and we throw a Gregan ball, my -1, you can stand in there for me, my -1's role is in behind the ruck. So the minute 9 goes and line pushes up, our -1 always comes in that hole and fills. We fine with that? Okay, that's the metre off rule. Why am I saying metre back? Now everybody else get back. I'll talk about you guys in a minute. But why am I wanting this guy to set a metre back? Now I'm a defence, I like defence, I'm a defence coach. You might think, why am I giving him a metre of gain line already? What's that? So I'm on side. Yep, that's a massive part of it. So I'm on side. What does this space allow for my defensive line? Yeah, human error, really, right? I don't want my defenders to be worried about being offside and sitting on the line like this, semi, waiting, watching, right? I want my defenders to be in a certain stance when they're waiting to attack, counter-attack. So from a metre back, I'd expect all my defenders to be up on their haunches, that foot up, hunting, 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 edging forward, edging forward, edging forward, getting up and bouncing and putting a lot of pressure on. At worst case scenario, you get back there, let's say he's a cheeky little shit and he does a big dummy, throw a big dummy, yeah, no, go back. You put your hands down, you just go like this, put your hands out, don't pick the ball up. Right, so he does that one and I do this one. What am I still here? I'm still on, right? So it allows for that one bit of human error and it allows for my defenders to be positive, hunting, talking, pressure, get off. We cool with that? Any questions on that? Then I ask for 2 metre distance, 2 metre distance, 2 metre distance. Now, why do I ask for 2 metre distance? Wingspan's out, should be nowhere near touching, right? The only thing that should fit in there at the moment is a body, thereabouts, okay? Because we should be able to make one-step decision making and catch up with those bodies. Now, we've got this guy's role, he's fine and set. Our 2 defender, what's our 2 defender going to do here? Usually, is our lead pod carry going to be there? No, so if a 9 skip out, our lead pod carrier would usually be wider, nearly in line with a 3 or a 30, right? 9 times out of 10, that's usually where they're standing. So, this guy's responsibility is to defend 2 things, right? The very first thing he does when he gets off the line is look to do what? First couple of steps, provide some pressure up square. Because what am I pressuring here? I'm pressuring the pass, I'm pressuring his decision making as well, because I'm showing him a body here that I can come and get to that player. All right? Anything else I'm doing here at the moment? What's one thing I don't want to do from this position here? I don't want to overcommit too early. I don't want to turn my shoulders too early. So I don't want to cut off, because the second I do that, what have I opened up? A seam in behind my arse. Okay, so really important here. First 2 or 3 steps just up hard, and you're listening for what's coming from the outside. This is the hardest position to defend in rugby at the moment. Again, because every attack's doing the same thing. We've got a lead carrier, and what's out the back here? The option, right? So 9 could hit that player directly. The inside ball runner might catch and deliver to that player out the back as well. That's all within your channel. That's all within your channel. So you've got the hardest decision to make. Now, our 30 as well, traditionally, leads what up? It leads the speed of the lineup, right? So they put the most pressure on what would be the ball carrier. So what the big decision is at the moment, let's go back to 9, is I take my first 3 steps up hardest, and I'm leading our lineup. I'm targeting you first, and I'm pretty much defending body on. I want to defend man on here, so I can actually late decision make, all right? I'm hoping to win gain line by taking my first 3 steps of space, okay? I am going to have to make a late decision on you if you decide to carry, right? And then that late decision is going to be a late step out, concede, late step out, concede. It's still 3 metres past gain line. So we don't worry about that. That's why we see lots of defences getting up really hard and this guy catching flat-footed. Because what I will do, go back to 9, is I'm watching your body language. I'm up really hard here, and now I notice that you're not carrying, right? Your hands are down, or you decide to check out, or even so, the big thing here, this is my channel, wingspan up and down the field. I have 2 people operating in my channel at the moment, all right? Which one's showing me that they're going to carry is what I'm looking at. I've provided my line speed. I've said what happens if he carries. I'm just going to have to make a concede tackle late and take a body. However, what's going to happen more often than not here, ball comes to inside or goes out the back, and all I do is check on that defender. You're playing the overs line out the back. Start running it. Good, I check on that defender. I don't do this. I don't straight away follow him out and chase him away from my channel. Why don't I do that? Yeah, I've got a 40, I've got everything else. That's another common error, right? So when we're here, come back on. All I want to make sure I do, ball back. Usually, teams who run this really well, he'll be marked inside shoulder and then he'll appear, right? So as I come in and defend, I'm defending that guy. Ball comes, I see that ball come, I check out, I'm in my zone. If it's not me, it's someone else, right? But also, I put pressure on just by skipping past my man here. Have I pressured this guy at all? They can't get a, well, they can because at the moment, as soon as I skip through in that space and I'm in my channel, how's he going to get back inside? He can't, right? 30 up to 40's out. My second set of line speeds out. What I've done now in my position is pretty much shut off from the field here through to the sideline. Does that make sense? On that checkout. So again is so once we have our ruck rolls defined, set your pods up and let them play live. They're not doing the same shit every time, they go to different ones. You carry straight out the back, inside carries, inside tips out the back. The more pitches you let your ruck see, the better they're going to get at problem solving in 10, 20, 30 in particular. Right, 30 in particular. That's our key role we're getting caught out. Players sitting down. The last thing we want them to do is sitting down. So when I take those first 3 steps up, I'm now making a decision to commit. I'm going to keep going with my leg drive now. I'm either going to whack you or I'm going to go past you and make sure I'm in my channel. See if I can get through to this guy early. Again, those really telegraphed plays we see all the time. You see him set up and this guy's always going to get the footy. You know, if you're a good defender, you've taken those first 3 steps and he's showing you he's not carrying, put the foot down. Put the foot down and get to him. He's going to catch a pass on the back foot and you'll be able to whack him and send him way past gain line. And we'll get a really good turnover. Any questions on that? No? Happy with those ruck rolls, roll of a -1, 1, 2, 3 rolls. Once we get out to 40, so 50 out, anyone who's in those 50 out rolls, 2 metre spacing and you set your own line speed coming up together. Connection is everything. Pressure comes from 40 in, okay? Line speed and connection is, you know, critical. If you can get both, that's great. But if you're struggling to get line speed, don't get a staggered line. Connection is everything from 50 out. We can solve problems. Okay? Any questions there? We good? 1 ruck. We've got time for 1 ruck? Okay, boys, down here. 1 ruck activity to finish off. Now all I want to see here, guys, give me 4 up on here, 2 on the yellow, 2 on the blue. You need a ball on the 2 yellows. The yellow and blue are facing the yellow and blue. Yep, so you're facing each other. You 2 here are facing each other. You're passing the ball to each other. Go. You're waiting for a call of play to play footy. Now, these 2 here that are passing, they're actually not on the same team. They're in opposition. So when I call play, you'll throw a lateral ball straight out to your mate. He's going to try and carry one-on-one. Now listen, you've got a rule here, a very defined rule. See this blue line? It's a sideline. If you carry inside here, I will lose it. Very simple. Do not carry inside here and run out of play or I will lose it legitimately. So there's the sideline. You honour it, you keep it. See that other white line there? That's also a sideline. So you make sure this space here is where you're carrying. So if you're catching now, right now, you carry straight out in this space. Do not ever go into here. If you cross that line, that's okay, but I don't want to see you run away from him. It's a one-on-one tackle. So you'll be chasing that ball. You're trying to get shoulder under, good clean tackle, get him to ground, freeze. Okay. I'm looking at these 2. I'm looking at how they enter the ruck and how we try and win it as fast and quick as possible. All right? Pay close attention here, Choppy. I'm a cheater, a liar, I'm a coach. You 2 come in. Now, the first thing here, where do we reckon, once that ball's gone, the first opportunity to lose the ruck? What's the first opportunity? No, with these guys here. Don't worry about them, just these 2 for this drill. How they get from A to B. That's the first opportunity to lose the ruck. So already I can see one player is ahead and he's closer to the bodies than this player. This player is wider to the bodies. he's second arriving already. Do we understand? So the very first thing, just come back to here for me, guys. You guys, stay where you are. These two here. These two here have gone from their position they're in, and they're going to go direct line. We call it 0 degrees or whatever else you want to call it. Direct line at their body. At their body, right? So that's their side of the ruck as we're entering. We're trying to stay as square and get direct across to the contest as quick as possible. As quick as possible. Okay. The next thing is, what's the next most important battle to win? Yeah, how are we going to take that space though? How are we going to win the battle? So physically now, their body positions, what is the first thing we need to win? Height. 100%. Height wins everything here. So before you two are hitting each other, and we have a nice, beautiful, what Choppy's looking for, ruck entry, we can win a height battle. We can win the height battle. How are we going to win the height battle from here? Stay where you are. How are we going to win the height battle? Yep. Provide them with a target point. So what I want at the moment is these guys here, you've got your body that you have to enter from. I want you to try and kiss it before you do anything with the rest of your body. Right, so just do that for me. Don't actually kiss it, right? We don't have to go that deep. But get to the point of where you can nearly kiss the body. Hey, you're already doing way more than I ask you to do. Stay where you are. Stay facing the direction you are, running in. Get your head down to kissing height. Get in closer. Okay, good. We've already got our head where I need it to be in order to win the contest. Head under sternum and driving up through sternum is what's going to win me the contest. So direct line, head down at kissing point, and then the next point is how we square up. Now at the moment, these two have both made the first most, coming closer now, just while you see this, they've made the first most common error. So can you jump up for me? I'll get you to doing this. You stay there, you stay there. Okay. I'm coming into kiss, he's coming into kiss. What will happen here, if this is a really tight ruck, just compress yourselves up. So bring all your feet in here. Good. So we're coming in it, stay where you were, nearly at the same time. His head's in a beautiful position. Aim it down, kissing, kissing. Head's in a beautiful position. What about the rest of his body though? What can he be better at here? Yeah, why? What's the difference? Yeah, so two reasons. At the moment, this is what I call soft parts. So whenever there's holes in the body, big holes, we are unbalanced. So if I accidentally nudge, so come back where you stay in the same position you're just in. If we're coming in at the same time and I nudge him off, what have I nudged him with? Yep, but what part, have I got the wrong foot forward? What's the difference here? Good, inside leg. So we call these bits here hard parts. Knees, hips, elbows, shoulders, all right? So when you're in and I've got to beat you, I've already lost the head battle here, but if I hit you with hard parts, it's very difficult for you to be able to react. So, do the exact same thing you just did, but put your hard parts in first. Good, 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 good. Head down low. Ready to kiss, kiss. Come on, mate, you've done more than that. Get your lips down there. Good. No. Don't worry about your top half. Good. Okay, so now we've got knees, elbows, hard bits going at the ball that are making him hard to move before he even comes in and contests. Right, so we're presenting with hard parts. Head down, hard parts are in, and the final part, which is the most simplest part, and this is what Choppy and everyone looks for, we swing that outside foot, and as it hits the ground, right, like it's electrocuted, it goes bang, and it fires out of the ground, and you come through square. We finish square. Right, so instead of looping around looking pretty and square, we come direct, we already win the battle, and when it's time to square up, that foot is, pa! You hammer through as hard as you can. We good? So, you guys are going to stay where you are. I just want to see you two have a go. Give them the ball. No, actually, don't worry about the ball. Where you started. Lay on the ground. Lay on the ground. You'll hear a whistle. Actually, no, you won't hear a whistle. You hear me say play. As soon as I say play, you guys get up and try and win. Hard parts, kissing, square up. Try and dominate your opponent. Ready? Go! Head, hard parts. Go, 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 go. Recover, recover, recover. Next two in. 3, 2, 1. Go! Hard parts, head, hard parts and head. What have we seen the difference in those two? Looping and height. Next two up. Direct, kiss the body. Go! Direct, kiss the body. Good, good, good. Recover. 3, 2, 1. Go! Head. What are they all doing? Looping. Right, so again, it's not something that'll come straight away. You guys, really direct. You've had the most practice. Play! Direct, direct, direct. Square up, square up, square up. Go, 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 go. Get your feet moving, get your feet moving. Remember that outside foot lands. Pa! Fire through. Ready, go! Play, 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 play. Get your head down earlier. Blue, done, done, done. Get your head down earlier. Play! Kiss, 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 kiss. Nice. The little man. What about that? Woo! Easy. Play! Head down, head down, head down, head down. Contest, contest, contest. Recover. Okay, hold there, hold there, hold there. Okay, stand up. Okay, what areas did we start seeing the contact zone? So they started getting head down. They started kicking that outside foot late. But then when they actually started contesting with each other, again, because they're coming from wide to close contest, it is hard to do. What were they missing? Where am I trying to get them to get their head as a target? Under sternum. So I want them driving up under sternum. So if they're not getting that thing worked out enough, I get the same 3 players come out with me. Same 3. Ball player in the middle. Laying down. Ball player in the middle. Come out. Good. Little man on big man, that's fine. You are going to lay at his feet. You're going to lay at his head. Lay down. Hey, yeah. So sorry, stay where you are. Face his head this way, this way. No, do not move. I told you not to move. Face his head. Good. There we go. You're aiming from the head. You're aiming from the feet. Right? Just remember here, by the time you jump up to your feet, what should you already be doing with your head? Kissing. Kissing. For God's sake, say it with me. Kiss him. Try and kiss him on the elbow. Get straight over the body. Ready? Up! Good, 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 good. So even though we have big disparities, right, in body shapes, speed, body height, buys us time to play footy. Again, he wasn't even the team that was keeping the ball then, right? He was the team looking for a turnover. What he did, what would that have given us an opportunity to do as an opposition? Counter-ruck, yeah? Counter-ruck, hit that and have a go. He gave us time and he gave us a little bit past game line to be able to counter that. All right? Just by head position and where we're trying to go. Come back down, just get to the point of you were higher than him, so you get lower. We'll replicate that again. Now what I want, don't get too low now, all right? Just keep your head down. Don't worry about your legs. Keep moving your feet forward. All right, forward, forward, forward. On top, head under, head under. Now see how you're right there. What I want you to feel that part of his sternum right there. Can you feel it? Lift your head up. No, you. Lift your head up on his sternum, through there. So lift it up, and drive forward on it. Go, 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 go. Good. So I don't want to see you. Don't go head out the side. Don't go head out the side. Once I've hit him up under there, so flop on top of me. Flop on top of me. When I feel that there, even with no hands right, I'm just going to try and drive weight over the front of my knee, drive forward and up on the out. We good? Go again. As you're doing it, do one more thing for me. Bite your tooth together as hard as you can. Right? We good? Ready? Push, 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 push. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Freeze, freeze. So you lost the head battle that time, right from the get-go. Again, keep working on it. Keep going head under sternum. You'll get that height. You get the win you want. The little thing I said to him about his teeth, why do I get him to do that? No. No. Strengthens our neck, right? So any of your kids who you're worried about going into scrum time, going into contests, going into tackles or whatever, at that point of contest, get them to bite those back teeth together hard as they can on effort. So, oh, it really gets that neck strength going. Other kids sometimes put their tongue up in the roof of their mouth. They, so they push up as hard as you can. That gets other muscles in your neck going. Just important things to go in these areas where head positioning is